I was nearing completion of a breakthrough predictive AI framework, my life's work. She stood with 2 packed suitcases, impeccably dressed, ready for a journey. My heart sank. "What's happening?" I asked, a cold premonition gripping me. "Fix this," she scoffed. "We've been fixing it for 5 years. That's what you said about the last 3 projects." Her arms crossed, a shield between us. "I've met someone else." Those words were a physical blow. "Who?" I whispered. "Victor Thorne." The name resonated. Victor Thorne, CEO of Thorne Innovations, a tech titan. The Victor Thorne? How did you meet? She averted her gaze. "I applied for a corporate strategy analyst role at Thorne 6 months ago. I hid it, knowing you'd see it as a betrayal of your work." 6 months? You've been seeing him for 6 months? My voice cracked with pain. "It wasn't like that initially," she defended. "But yes, 4 months. Arthur, he offers the life I desire, the one you promised." "So those late nights, you were with Victor." I felt myself drowning. His world is everything I've wanted. A penthouse in the Metropolitan, a coastal retreat, private jets, Arthur. Her eyes glittered with chilling excitement. I saw a stranger. "Love? Do you love him?" I whispered. She paused, just long enough. "I'm learning to. But I don't love this life anymore." She gestured at our humble home. "I don't love watching you waste potential on pipe dreams." "Waste my potential?" "Celeste, I'm building something revolutionary." "You're hiding from reality," she snapped. "Successful people are out there, forging connections, making things happen, not in Willow Creek." The venom in her voice left me speechless. "So, this is it? 5 years, and you're just walking out?" Her contempt cut deeper than words. "Celeste, please," I pleaded, hating my desperation. "Just give me a chance." "Heard it all before, Arthur. Even if you succeed by some miracle, it's too late. I wanted success on my own merit." "Look where that got you." "Got us." She shook her head. "Sign the papers, Arthur. Don't drag this out." As she turned, a horrifying thought struck. "Did you tell him about my Nexus platform? My proprietary algorithms?" She paused, her back to me. Victor was interested. He asked questions. I might have shared some details. The betrayal was absolute. She abandoned me, jeopardized years of work. "You had no right." I roared, my voice hardening. "Before we start, a quick subscribe and like would mean the world to us." "Gladly. You should remember that." Then she was gone, leaving nothing but the lingering scent of her expensive perfume and the stark dissolution papers on my coffee table. I stood there for what felt like endless hours, my entire world collapsing around me. Slowly, I walked to the kitchen and pulled out the rare bottle of aged whiskey we'd been saving for a special occasion. This wasn't what we'd had in mind, but it felt tragically appropriate now. 3 glasses in, I was numb enough to finally think straight. Clara hadn't just broken my heart, she'd put my entire future at severe risk. I dialed my friend Derek, an expert in intellectual property law. "She told him what?" Derek exclaimed, after I laid out the situation. "Arthur, that's a major breach of confidentiality." "Did she sign a non-disclosure agreement when you started developing this?" "No," I admitted. "She was my wife. My ex-wife, that is. I didn't think I needed one." "Rookie mistake," Derek sighed. "But all isn't lost. Document everything. When you started development, what specific proprietary elements you created, timestamps of code commits. If Thorne Innovations releases anything resembling your platform, we can still make a case. However, that would mean years of protracted litigation against a company with bottomless pockets for legal fees. First, finish your platform, get it to market, and establish yourself. Then, we'll worry about Thorne Innovations." After we hung up, I looked around the apartment that suddenly felt too empty, too quiet. Clara's dismissive words echoed in my head, "Men like you are a dime a dozen." That night, I made a profound decision. I wouldn't just finish the platform, I'd make it better than anything Victor Thorne could ever imagine. And then, I'd make him pay for taking my wife and attempting to steal my future. The next morning, I woke up with a pounding headache but a burning determination. The dissolution papers still lay untouched on the coffee table. They could wait. A courier delivered a package from Thorn Innovations, containing a check for a measly $50,000 and a condescending letter. I ripped the check into confetti, then grabbed my phone. "So, Arthur," Eleanor said after the initial pleasantries, "Clara won't be joining us?" I hadn't told many people about the divorce yet. "No, we're separated." Eleanor raised an eyebrow. "I'm sorry to hear that." I cleared my throat, asserting, "But that won't affect the project. If anything, I'm more committed than ever to making this work." "I see." Eleanor studied me for a moment. "Well, let's see what you've got." It clearly surpassed anything currently available. As I demonstrated the software, Eleanor's interest visibly grew. "This is truly impressive, Arthur," she said when I finished. But I'd heard rumors that Thorn Innovations is working on something similar, scheduled to launch within the next quarter. My heart sank. Victor was indeed moving fast. "Mine is better," I said firmly. "And I can prove it." "How?" "Give me access to any data set. Any data set at all. Let me show you what this platform can do in real time." Eleanor considered this, then pulled out her phone. After a brief call, she had her assistant email over a massive data set from one of her portfolio companies. These were customer behavior patterns that had been proving impossible to analyze effectively. My platform unveiled revolutionary insights, turning weeks of conventional analysis into mere moments. Marcus Thorne, a veteran investor, was genuinely impressed, declaring it extraordinary. He offered $2 million in seed funding for 15% equity, urging me to move swiftly. My core innovations remained uniquely mine, untouched. Marcus called, thrilled, "Sterling struggles, you're the industry's talk. Go big or go steady?" Marcus offered a curt nod. "Vance, good luck with your startup." "Oh, we're well past the startup phase, Marcus," I corrected, my smile unwavering. "But thank you. And good luck with your, what did the press call it? Technical challenges." 6 months post-summit, we secured Zenith Capital Group, a cornerstone client for Thorn Dynamics, and our stock jumped 15% on the news. Julian Thorne was undoubtedly feeling the immense pressure. "A penny for your thoughts, Serena?" I inquired, approaching her with a subtle smile. She flinched, then murmured, "Arthur Vance, you seem to be everywhere lately. This city is certainly small." "No Julian tonight?" I asked, glancing around casually. "He's handling an urgent matter at the office," she replied, taking a slow sip of champagne. "Something perhaps you'd know about? Zenith Capital Group, maybe?" "This is about building the most innovative company possible," I stated smoothly. "If that happens to affect your husband's ventures, well, healthy competition is essential, isn't it?" She gazed at me, her eyes searching mine intently. "You've become precisely what you once despised, ruthless, obsessed with power, willing to crush others to climb higher." She recoiled slightly. "Julian and I are getting married," she announced abruptly. "Next month, at the Regent Hotel Ballroom." I raised an eyebrow. "Congratulations. I'm certain it will be a splendid affair. And as a wedding gift, I'd like you to cease whatever it is you're orchestrating." Inside, a handwritten note from Serena, "Arthur, I'd genuinely love for you to witness what genuine success truly resembles. No hard feelings. S." I promptly forwarded the message to David with a brief note, additional evidence for our harassment counterclaim. The subsequent day, Thorn Innovations made a startling announcement. An unexpected press conference was scheduled. Victor called me, his voice shaking with rage. "You can't do this. The board won't allow it." "The board has no choice," I calmly stated. "Neither do you." "This is about Clara, isn't it?" he seethed. "Because she chose me over you." I had one more card to play. The wedding day dawned bright. I dressed in a bespoke suit, a luxury watch, and headed to the Grand Regency Hotel. My +1 was Sarah, my VP of Operations, a shrewd businesswoman who understood today's significance. "We're not here to make a scene," I told her. "We're here to observe." Victor beamed at his bride, oblivious to me or his board members nervously checking their phones. I clapped politely, an observer in the unfolding drama. Our eyes met. I raised my glass in a silent toast. His confusion turned to shock, then something darker. Vance Capital acquired controlling interest in Thorn Holdings. I was the new chairman. She chatted, showing her ring. It was time for my personal congratulations. She turned, shock priceless. Arthur, I didn't think you'd come. Eleanor's brow furrowed as she looked towards a cluster of agitated men in expensive suits, all gathered around Marcus. He seized control of the company, Marcus rasped through clenched teeth. A hostile takeover, declared in the middle of our wedding celebration. Indeed, they were. The opulent wedding reception had dramatically shifted, guests now openly whispering, pointing, their phones alight with breaking news. The decision is no longer yours, I stated, my voice unwavering. The board has made its choice. However, I am prepared to offer you an advisory role, should you consider it. Please, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Just 5 minutes. Speak your mind, I instructed, maintaining a deliberate distance between us. Eleanor drew a shaky breath. I regret how our relationship concluded, and for the hurtful words I uttered that day. All of it. I was so profoundly unhappy, Arthur. I believed I was, until the very foundations of money and influence began to tremble. It's fascinating how quickly circumstances can shift, isn't it? That's entirely unfair. I didn't marry Victor solely for his wealth. Does this, Clara, look like a mere dream to you? Stone Dynamics is valued beyond $1 billion. We've created opportunities for 300 individuals. History, Clara, is simply not enough. And now I concluded, you possess more than you ever bargained for. Goodbye, Clara, I re-entered the reception, a scene of utter pandemonium. Stone, he bellowed, his finger accusingly pointed at me. My wife, he let out a harsh, bitter laugh. Before we begin, please hit the like button and subscribe for more stories like this. It truly helps. Enough, I stated, my voice cutting through the tension, you're only disgracing yourself and your new bride, Serafina. The repercussions were swift, precise, and utterly unforgiving. By Monday morning, Victor Sterling was formally stripped of his position as CEO of what was now aptly named Thorn Sterling Holdings. Serafina initiated divorce proceedings merely 3 months after their ill-fated wedding. Occasionally, messages would arrive from Serafina, desperate pleas for reconciliation, belated apologies, veiled requests for assistance. Music fades in softly, then swells.